Welcome to practice. We're going to begin laying down, and we're going to take the blanket or even a rolled up towel. That's going to go under the shoulder blade to make a narrow support across your mat. And lay your shoulder blades on that support. Legs parallel. Feet hip width distance parallel. And just noticing what that feels like. Finding the flow of your breath. And we'll take the arms overhead, palms up. And stretch through the arms and the fingertips, lengthening the back of the neck. Noticing where there might be tension and resistance in the body. And letting yourself give in to the shape of this equipment, the floor, blanket. Feeling supported. And then gently bringing in your arms and rolling over to your right side. Take it easy. And come into forward virasana. You might feel a nice influence from that equipment between the shoulder blades. Kneeling towards the back of the mat, arms reaching forward. And between the shoulder blades, pressing the bones of the spine forward. Feeling breath by breath. We're going to take downward facing dog pose now. Stretch your fingers wide. Press your fingerprint. Taking the hips back, the heels down. And feeling that space between the shoulder blades, the bones pressing forward, the neck lengthening as the weight of your head draws length into your spine. Now we're either going to step the right foot forward between the hands or take your knees to the floor and hands off the floor and step the right foot forward. Tuck your back toes under so we're in a lunge position. Good, and we'll bend the front knee, really stretch through the back leg. Press the bones of the spine forward. Nice, and we're going to step that right foot back. downward facing dog pose. And again, find the length of your spine. Just let your head be nice and heavy, pressing the heels, lifting the sit bones. And then either stepping the left foot forward between the hands or knees gently to the floor, hands off the floor, and left foot forward, nice long line. Bending the front knee but straightening the back leg. Trying to keep the bones between the shoulder blades pressing forward. Good, and then we'll step the left foot back, downward facing dog pose. Letting your head just hang down. And then again, forward virasana, knees to the floor, big toes touching, and arms forward. Pressing the spine forward, lengthening the back of the neck. And then downward facing dog pose. Either stepping the right foot forward between the hands, or you can do knees to the floor, hands off the floor, step the right foot forward. Long lunge again, but this time we're going to lift the arms from the floor and we're going to lift the chest a little, but keep reaching out over the front bent leg. Lift the arms up as high as you can and reach your fingertips back. We're going to step forward, lift up, and balance on the the right foot. So the left foot comes in front. You can bring your hands where it helps you with your balance. So they might be out wide. You can bring your hands at your heart. You can even hold onto your knee or your foot. And holding your balance, finding your center. Feeling the flow of breath and ease of your spine. Beautiful. And we're going to reach this left foot all the way back into the lunge position. So you're going to bend forward, take the hands to the floor. The left foot goes back, the right foot goes back, downward facing dog pose. Finding that comforting, satisfying flow of breath. Left foot forward between the hands or knees to the floor. Hands off the floor. Long lunge. But this time we're going to lift the arms up. Reach the torso forward over the bent leg. Lift the palms, reach the fingertips back. And then stepping forward, balancing on the left foot, bring the right foot in front. Arms where they're useful for you to balance. Really try and hold your balance on your left foot. You can hold your knee or you can have your arms where they help you. But feel the bones of the spine pressing forward. I'm really trying to stay on my left foot. Good, and then we're going to take the right foot back all the way to the back of the mat. So reaching the hands down. Downward facing dog pose. Finding that flow of breath. Good, and then gently, knees to the floor. We're going to lay our whole front down onto the floor. You're going to rest your forehead onto the floor. We're going to take the arms straight out to the side. And then we're going to make a reverse snow angel. So the arms are going to travel just above the floor, up and down. So towards your sides and then overhead. So making your reverse snow angel. Just with your arms. Active legs here. Press the tops of the feet down, squeezing the buttock muscles. Good. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders and lift the torso, just the torso off the floor. Elbows in, elbows out. Looking forward. We're pressing the feet, squeezing the buttock muscles, finding that flow of breath. Good, and then pressing back into child's pose. And taking a moment to find the breath, to check in. Arms all the way forward. Forward Virasana. Downward facing dog pose. We really want to let the head just hang down and the spine lengthen. Press the heels, lifting kneecaps and quadriceps and sit bone. Pressing fingerprint. And little steps forward. Little padding of the feet, stretching your feet. Find yourself coming up to standing when you run out of room, giving your feet a nice little stretch. Good, and rolling up. Come into Tadasana at the front of your mat. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Just halfway and really press the bones of the spine. Until you can feel a stretch in the back of your leg. You may want to get up close and curious with that stretch, but keeping your back nice, easeful. And we're going to sway the torso. So you'll notice the stretch moves across the back of the hamstring. And maybe it helps you reach the torso a little further forward. So coming to center now and reaching the top of the head forward or the top of the head down, but pressing the bones of the spine forward. Legs as straight as your body allows. And again, being curious about the resistance, appreciative of that resistance, protecting you from injury. Keep the neck relaxed. Uttanasana, beautiful. Bend your knees and roll up. Urdhva Hastasana. And Tadasana. And we're going to step the legs out wide, so facing the long edge of your mat. Toes in to start with. And press down the outside edges of your feet and see if you can lift the inner arches of your feet. Feel that your legs are working strongly. So supporting your knees, you can have them a little bit bent, but lift the kneecap, lift the front of the hip. Make a little bit of a back bend shape. So shine the heart center up. And then as you exhale, bending at the front of the hip crease and reaching the torso forward. Prasarita Karotanasana. And walk your hands out. Ooh. Lengthening the sides of your waist. Breathing deeply. Great. Now we're going to bend the knees and turn the toes out. Bend the knees and sit your bottom back behind you. So knees start to line up with the ankles. Walk your hands under your shoulders. And notice the resistance in the hips, the pelvis, to this lowering of the hips. Lift the pelvic floor. The hands are on the floor, under the shoulders. Knees are bent. Oh, good. Now we're gonna try and keep the hips low, but lift the torso, lift the pelvic floor, bring the hands in front of the heart. Ooh. Nice. So you really want to feel that internal muscular lift, or lower front belly lifting, shoulder blades relaxing. Good. And let's go from side to side. So one leg bends, one leg straightens as your knees allow. Try to get a little bit of a swing here so the hips are low when you get to the center. Really lifting the pelvic floor. And coming to center and straightening up your leg. Turning the toes in again. We're going to forward bend again. Prasarita Padottanasana. Arms up. As you exhale, reaching torso forward, and reach your arms out as far as you can, your hands out as far as you can. Your sit bones stay lined up with your heels. Make a small movement with the torso where you reach just the ribs, the left ribs left, and then the right ribs right. You'll notice we get a little bit of extra stretch in the legs. Make sure your knees are comfortable with this. So they might need to be a little bit bent, but really lift the kneecaps. Ooh. So torso, particularly the ribs, left and then right. Coming back to center. And this time you're going to walk your hands all the way over to the left. Really reach with the right arm. And then walk your hands all the way over to the right. Really reach with your left arm. Nice work. And then we're going to sit down. So think about the movements you need to make to sit from here. I'm going to jump into a squat and then try to get my heels down and sitting with just the tiniest little bit of a fall. So sitting up onto your blanket. Bring your feet out in front as wide as you can. And so your legs are bent and make the biggest space between your feet that you make that shape. Okay, and then we're going to swing the knees to the left. So I'm hoping what you end up with is 90, 90, meaning each knee makes a 90-degree angle. The part of the Hindu peace symbol. And then we're going to take the legs to the right, but however, try to lift the right knee first. So the knee that's at the back, lift that first so you get the biggest distance from knee to knee before you start lifting the left knee. So try to keep the knees as wide apart as you can when you do this. Okay, so when you go back to the next side, we're going to lift the left knee first. Try to keep the knees as wide apart as you can. You didn't really need the blanket because I've already slid off mine. You do tend to walk forward. All right, so try to lift your back knee first. Taking your time to really try and keep the distance between your feet and your knees. You can also do this without using your hands. The whole other set of movement. And I tend to really walk off the mat. Taking our time. 90 or cavanough. Now, take your knees over to the right and take your feet as far apart as you can. And get that picture of the peace sign. And then we're going to turn to the right side. So turn your torso to the right side. Take the hands behind you. And you're going to turn your torso as far as you can to the right. Even leaning the torso behind you as though you could lay down. Good. And then you're going to lift the torso, come back to center, lift the left knee, keep the distance between your knees, take the knees over to the left side. So you've got your 90 at your knees and ankles. Good. And then we're going to turn the torso to the left side. So both hands are going to come around to the left. Lengthening left rib. Drawing the bones of the spine. Lengthening your torso. Even reaching the torso behind. Beautiful. And then coming back to center. Nice work. Release your legs. We're going to take legs together. We do need to sit on the blanket now. For Dandasana, staff pose, where you feel the back of the leg pressing towards the floor. Unless you have a knee injury, you could always put a little bit of padding under that knee. You can still use the muscle of your leg to press down. Use your hands to help you lift the spine. drawing the bones of the spine forward and the shoulder blades down, pressing out through the soles. And we're going to take the arms straight up by the ears, palms facing, lengthening the sides of the waist, drawing the thumbs back. Draw the shoulder blades down. Make space from your ears to your shoulders. Beautiful. And then bringing your legs into cross-legged position. Lifting the belly and the breastbone and reaching your torso out and over. Exploring where your body resists. Maybe it's the legs, the hips, or the knees. Make sure your legs are comfortable, so cross-legged might not work. But maybe it's your lower back or the back of the shoulder. Taking the breath to that part of your body, wherever the biggest resistance is, with compassion and kindness. Notice if there's any more relaxed approach we had. Pressing the bones of the spine forward between the sides of the waist long, back of the neck long, and find comfort in the flow of breath, satisfaction. Nice work. Lifting up and changing the posture of the legs to pick up, and leaning the torso forward again. Bones of the spine. And paying attention. Where is the biggest resistance? Could be knees, the knees, be the back, shoulders, and taking the breath there. Appreciating your body. Marveling at the miracle of movement that we have. Sometimes caring for an injury. And then releasing. We'll go legs back to the first side. So if the legs crossed is getting too much, you can do this with semi-wide legs. So back to the first side, and we're going to take a sukhasana twist. We're twisting to the left side. Left ribs rolling back. Notice as the body finds that resistance, that feeling of limit, like that's all the movement there is. And then bring your breath into your focus. Feel the shape of the ribs as they expand and contract. Notice how on an exhalation, there's physical room to move the ribs. Notice how when you bring your mind and your body and your breath into the same place, same moment, there's so much more potential. To explore. Now we're going to keep that strong turn, and your right hand's going to stay on your left leg. And then we're going to take the left arm up by the left ear. And we're going to reach the right rib out and over the right leg. We're going to try and keep both sides of the waist long and the heart shining upward, reaching the torso. Finding your breath and your movement and your potential. And then inhale and come up. I just heard a thump from John's office. Are you okay? And changing the cross of the leg. And we'll turn to the right side. I think you can lengthening the spine, drawing the bones of the spine forward. Oh, reaching back with the rest, the right rib. Finding the breath, the shape of the ribs when they expand and contract, and noticing how you can turn a little more. Beautiful. Keep your left hand on your right leg. And we're going to take the right arm up by the right ear and really lengthen the sides of the waist. And then reaching your left rib out and over your left thigh. Whoa. Reach to where your body allows and finding your breath. Potential movement. Feeling the body's protection. Shining the heart upward. Good. And then inhale. Whoa. Nice work. We're going to lay down on our back now. A collective back. A little halasana or flower pose. And we need to get the pelvis up. So I use a little bit of momentum to take the legs up. The trick here is you don't want to kick the legs back too far because you don't want to suddenly stretch your neck. So you need intention with your movement. So if I take my legs up, I can lift my hips and put the hands underneath. This little shoulder stand preparation. And then I can see where the legs are going to go and just where I need to stretch. Feet heading towards the floor overhead. Back of the neck long. We'll take the feet out wide. Legs straight. Point the toes down. And back to center. Now you're going to lower your hips back to the floor and try and do that without using your core awareness and without lifting your head. Pretty hard to do. Great. And then take your blanket and put it underneath your hips. Put your feet back down. Put the blanket under the hips for bamboo pose. Little mini inversion. And the blanket goes where it aids you to balance your leg. It shouldn't feel like the core of the body is struggling to hold the legs up. If it does feel like that, you're better here to bring the feet onto the floor. I feel like the princess in the pea. I folded my blanket badly. Mm. In bamboo pose, take your arms where it just feels the most nourishing for you in this moment. As it changes day by day. Cactus arm can be nice. Elbows straight out from the heart, back of the hands towards the floor, or arms overhead, or arms closed. Mm. And releasing this little circulation boost to the brain, the digestion, and floor twist now to bring the arms straight out from your shoulders, inside edges of the feet together, knees together. We're going to lift the legs straight up. Press your lower back into the floor. And just going to take the legs like a pendulum from side to side. So you're rolling across the back, but we're stabilizing with the core of the body. Nice. Now come back to center and bend your legs, even put your feet on the floor. We're going to lift the hips and swing them over to the left, and then take the legs up to straight again. Take the legs now towards the right and take them as close to the floor as you can, still hold the core of the body, really protecting the shape of your spine. You're feeling strong in both shoulders. Nice work. And then back up to center. And we lift the hips and swing them all the way over to the right. And then do the same. Legs go towards the left. So only go so far as you can really feel the core body supporting, and both shoulder blades on the floor. Nice. Back up to center. And then you can decide, you can keep doing from side to side with straight legs or with bent legs. Hips go left and knees go right. You can probably take your knees all the way to the floor if you've got bent legs. So they're different, straight legs or bent legs. Just make sure you do the hip wiggle. So the hips go one direction and then the knees go the opposite. Beautiful. Back to center. Hugging both knees into your chest and rocking with it. Ah. And we're going to roll over to the right side and come up. Sitting. Hands in front of your heart. Drawing your shoulder blades down. Pressing the bones of the spine, particularly between your shoulder blades, forward. Take that feeling with you. Namaste.